Affordable and sustainable social housing is something that I'm really passionate about. So today I've come to visit ClwydAlyn, a leading housing association in Wales, to find out how they're using Mitsubishi Electric's Ecodan air source heat pumps to reduce fuel poverty and decarbonise their housing stock. Here to meet me is Stuart, ClwydAlyn's Development Project Manager. ClwydAlyn have been providing social housing in North and Mid Wales for over 40 years. Stuart, lovely to meet you.
And you.
Thanks for having me here today.
It's great to have you here.
So tell me about ClwydAlyn and the work they do and why it's so important.
ClwydAlyn is a North Wales-based housing association, a registered social landlord in Wales. We manage about 6,200 homes across the patch. We've got about 750 staff working for the association.
So why is sustainable heating important for ClwydAlyn?
A number of people in Wales are suffering with fuel poverty, and like I say, that's one of our key things to do, is to try and help people where we can. And by providing decent quality accommodation with the right type of heating system that is economical to run, we're sort of making a big difference to people's lives.
Which is amazing, which is absolutely incredible when you think about the cost of living crisis and energy prices absolutely going through the roof. It's really important, the work that you're doing, isn't it?
For us, it's fabric first, and then looking at efficient systems in those properties that make them as affordable as they can be for the residents and the tenants in them to live in them.
And why do you use Mitsubishi Electric Ecodan?
The service that we get from them is really, really good. So one of the things that we like about the way that Mitsubishi work is they support us and they support the contractor putting them in, so that we can then do a sort of a 3 or 4 week after handover revisit with the people from Mitsubishi to make sure people are understanding the systems and getting the best use out of them.
And as an organisation, you've got ahead of the game, haven't you? You've been adopting the Mitsubishi Electric Ecodan heat pump for some time, even when you didn't have to by legislation.
Yeah, we've been using the systems for a number of years now, and on a large housing development, probably looking from start to finish, maybe a 3-year period. So you've got to make those decisions early doors as to what you're putting in there.
So do all of your new build properties have air source heat pumps?
All of the new build properties will be having air source heat pump as the heating system, yeah.
Because you have to do it under Welsh legislation now, don't you?
Yeah, as of October, Welsh Government have asked all of the Welsh housing associations to move away from fossil fuels to go on to renewable heating.
Which is absolutely the way forward. Well, congratulations. It sounds like you're doing some brilliant work out there. Can I see one of your new build developments?
Thank you. Yeah, you can. We've got a new build scheme just down the road.
Fantastic. The ClwydAlyn Glasdir site in Ruthin consists of 63 properties. These range from apartments, adapted bungalows, semi-detached and detached homes. This low-carbon, innovative housing scheme is a partnership with the Welsh Government and Denbighshire County Council. When Phase 3 is complete in 2023, every home on the site will use an Ecodan air source heat pump for heating and hot water. Tony Hughes, Commercial Director for William Homes Bala, is meeting me on site. So Tony, here we are at the back garden of one of your developments. I have to say the houses look fantastic.
Thank you.
We're next to the Ecodan. What's it been like working with the Ecodan pre-sales team?
Ecodan have been really good on this scheme. They help us with design and planning early stages, which is excellent because then we get to incorporate the systems within the house types and designs.
And that help at design stage must be very supportive when you've got different house types?
It is indeed. What we get to do is specify the units, and on this scheme we went with the 4 kilowatt QUHZ, very quiet machine, but they also help with specifying radiator sizes, pipe sizes, plant location as well, so really important to get that early stage involvement.
So this is the 4 kilowatt model?
Yes.
Have you used this throughout the entire development?
Yep, so every property's got a 4 kilowatts.
It's very quiet as a unit, isn't it?
It is, well it's running now and it's almost silent.
I mean, you say almost silent, I can't actually hear it at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like about 6 inches away from it.
Compared to other products on the market, it's brilliant.
And what about installation and compliance?
So our installers work very closely with Ecodan, and their installation team are excellent. So any queries they have, we can contact them and they come back with the answers. It's really good. We as a company have gone with air source heat pumps for the last 2 or 3 years. So all our schemes are off fossil fuels.
So you've started early?
We did indeed, yeah. So we've been doing this for a long time and we really believe in it, but also getting the tenants and the people who live in the properties to buy into the technology, because it is different. It doesn't behave like a gas or an oil boiler, but we really like them and we see the benefits of them.
And I think everybody's got to adapt to that change, haven't they? We've got to be using clean, green energy to heat our homes.
So obviously these are electric. We've got PVs and batteries in these properties as well, which help assist the energy running costs, which is really good.
Absolutely brilliant. So the Future Home Standard's coming in 2025. So what advice would you give to any other house builder or developer?
I'd suggest speak to Ecodan. The support they give is excellent for the house builder, specification and design, but also for the homeowner. They provide Wi-Fi connectivity for these units where they can remotely diagnose and adjust settings, which is invaluable for people who are going into this technology.
Yeah, and having that remote access to be able to troubleshoot, because they can literally look at your system.
They can indeed, yes.
See what it's like and work out if there's any issues whatsoever.
Yeah, so if you're having a day where something's not quite right, they can easily diagnose it and reset it remotely as well, so you don't even need a visit from an engineer. So as far as I'm concerned, I think that's brilliant.
Fantastic. Well done.
Thank you very much.
The development looks really good.
Appreciate that, thank you.
This development's building specification is really impressive, with triple glazed windows, passive ventilation and sprinkler systems throughout. Every home will use an Ecodan air source heat pump for heating and hot water. But they're also installing other sustainable technologies too, like solar PV with battery storage and electric car charging points. Lizzie Moon and her family are new residents. I've come to find out how they're settling in. Lizzie, lovely to meet you, and thank you for having me at your house today.
It's lovely to meet you too.
How long have you been in for?
4 months.
So very new.
Very new.
What's it like to live in?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Why?
Because you're in an eco house, and I've always wanted to live in an eco house, and now I am, so I'm very, very happy.
And what makes it eco for you? What ticks all the boxes of having an eco home? What have you got?
I think because solar panels.
Lots of insulation.
Exactly. The house stays warm.
You've got a car charging point outside,
Yes,
I noticed,
exactly.
which that's pretty amazing. I'm quite jealous of that. And then you've got an Ecodan air source heat pump. Have you ever had one before?
No.
So you've always had a conventional
Yeah.
gas boiler, have you? How does it compare from what you had before to have an Ecodan now?
You have to get used to it because you have to have it on all the time, but a low heat. Whereas with the gas, if you're cold, you just whack it up, don't you? And then when you're too hot, you turn it off. But this is really comfortable all the time.
So it's a more constant temperature?
Yes.
And the system's running at a slightly lower temperature than a conventional gas
Yes.
boiler, which makes it more energy efficient.
Exactly.
Which is really good. It's a bit like, I always say it's a bit like living with an underfloor heating system. You always want your underfloor heating on at a slightly lower temperature, more constant temperature for longer during the day. And it makes it more efficient than just having radiators blasting for a few hours and then going cold again. Have you got used to the system? Is it kind of easier for you to use?
Yeah, it is easy to use, yeah. It's like, let's say, you'll get used to it being on all the time, but once it's on, you don't really notice, so.
So you don't even notice the system,
No,
really?
no.
I mean, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It works so efficiently, you hardly know it's there. And what about your utility bills, energy bills, everything?
They've definitely gone down.
And how does that make you feel when you think about energy prices going up?
It's amazing. You know, your bills aren't going to go up because you know this system is helping.
So it's cleaner, greener, and slightly more affordable. I mean, that's win-win-win, isn't it?
Exactly.
Well, lovely to meet you. Thanks for having me today.
You're welcome. Lovely to meet you too.
As fossil fuel prices and the cost of living have skyrocketed, it's estimated that the number of households across the UK in fuel poverty, unable to heat their homes, could reach over 10 million from spring 2023. The potential outcomes for the most vulnerable could be catastrophic. For social and affordable housing, keeping tenants warm and comfortable while ensuring energy costs stay low is critical. By investing in sustainable heating technologies like Ecodan from Mitsubishi Electric, ClwydAlyn is decarbonising their housing stock, reducing fuel bills and making a real difference to their residents' lives. To find out more about the benefits of renewable heating for social housing, visit their website at ecodan.co.uk.